Hello there, it's Carol here. Welcome back, or thank you for joining me if you're new. These set of videos that I'm making on a Friday evening are all about inspiration. Inspiration that I've received, or inspiration as in I'm offering you some. Okay, maybe it's a bit of both. So what I want to do is I want to share some things that I've made myself that will hopefully give you inspiration. But I also want to share some YouTube channels that I feel are not getting the looks that maybe they should be, or the views that maybe they should be. Now, the first thing that I want to cover is this book here, and I have shown it before, but if you haven't sort of watched the video where I showed this, then you won't know what it is, will you? So this is my Pinterest inspiration book, and so what I've done is I am a very visual person. I like looking at the pictures. I'm a big kid, really. I don't read the stories, I just look at the pictures, make up my own story. So this one is where I'm printing off pictures from Pinterest and gluing them into this book, and I'm doing a bit of doodling as well as we're going along, so that if I'm looking for some inspiration, then I've got these images here to refer to just give me some different ideas of things that I could be making. All right, so that's what this book is about. That's my Pinterest book. Now, before I go any further, one of the things that I want to say is it's okay to print off those images for your own personal use, as in storing in a book like this, but they're not for you to print off. So let me just show you for instance, say this one. This is not for you to print off and then stick in a journal that you're then going to go on and sell. A, it's rude, and B, it's not allowed. So please remember and be respectful about copyrights of images. You can use them, as I say, for your own inspiration, but not to put in journals that you can then go on and sell. Okay, so just be mindful of that when you're doing this. And I'm bringing that up because of what I've done with this book, which is what I'm going to cover with you in this video. So what I've basically done is I've cut out images that I've taken from Facebook, and I've included them in this book. Now, the lady whose images these are is from Izzy, and she has a YouTube channel called IzzyBee Craft Creations, and they're from her videos called Daily Journaling Episodes. Now, as of the date of this video, she was up to episode number 49. I'm going to link you to episode number 6 because I think it's really pretty, and then it's up to you then whether you want to subscribe to Izzy or whether you just want to have a look at some of her videos. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out was that it's all to do, if you're wanting to make money on YouTube with your YouTube videos, you need to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's 4,000 minutes, but don't quote me on viewing time. If you want to help a YouTube channel out, then the best way to do it is to subscribe, especially if they've got less than 1,000, to try and bump them up to over that 1,000 mark. But it's also important that you then go and watch the videos, because obviously you need to get the minutes up, and also it's to do with the fact that you can then monetize it, but you get so little money per 1,000 views, which is what I mentioned in the live video on Sunday. So it's about getting the number of views up on the channel as well. So if a video has only been watched 249 times, you're going to be earning pennies. So it needs to have over, I think I worked it out, on average, depending on the adverts that you have on there, it's £4-ish. per 1,000 views. It goes up a little bit more in increments, I believe. So if you've only done 200 and odd views, then you're earning pennies on making the videos that you've created. Now, in this particular journal, I've used the images from Izzy's Facebook group. I'm not using these to sell. I'm using these for my own inspiration. And that's the reason why I've printed them off, so that I've got them as an inspiration source. And I will go and have a look as well at Izzy's videos to get more inspiration from the video itself. So it'll have a double whammy effect. So if you want to help and support another YouTuber, then I suggest that you go off and go and have a look at the videos. But I'm going to show you what I've created here. So I'll see you in a minute. Get ready for the next part of the video. Hi there everyone, it's Carol. Take two. Hi there everyone. Carol here. Some days, you know, when you wake up and you're just like, bleh, nothing. And then other days you wake up and you're full of va-va-voom. Yeah, well, it's not very often that happens. Anyway, so today I woke up and my head was sort of buzzing with ideas, and I was searching for something, and I had, sometimes as well, you forget about some of the creators of junk journals, and I had forgotten about this particular lady. And so I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to go and have a look. I'm so glad that I did, because Izzy from IzzyBee Craft Creations produces some beautiful work. But also, we come across so many different ideas, and it's hard to retain them all. And even if you keep a little notebook and you write and you jot all those things down, sometimes it's the visual that inspires you. And so you'll go back and you'll read your notes and you'll be like, what the hell was I on about? And then of course you can't go and find the thing that you've written about. So I'm a visual person. I can see things and I can reproduce them, recreate them, do my own interpretation on them just by looking at a picture. So I was having a go at that Japanese bookbinding where you've got individual single leaves. Now, I did this months ago before I even moved house, and I've been searching through, well, I've been sorting out all the part-made journals that I've got that need finishing off, and this was in there. And I suddenly thought about tying these two things together. So what I did was I just did a plain craft cardstock from Hobbycraft front cover, did some stenciling on there, and then I used some Amazon packaging which I cut up into individual sheets, used the Japanese bookbinding, which I am not going to go through today, to make it up into this little booklet. In fact, look, I did a bit of stenciling on the back, it didn't work. Or was that stamping? That was maybe stamping, didn't work, but I can soon cover that over. Izzy had posted up some pictures of some, she's called them her daily inspirations. So she's done a journal where she's put some collage pieces in it. And I just thought that they were stunning. And so I've printed them off, and I'm going to cut them up, and I'm going to stick them in this book. And this is going to be IzzyBee's Busy Bees Inspiration book. So I'm going to keep these images in this little book, so every so often when I need a little bit of inspiration, I can flick through and have a look at the images. So I printed off her Facebook page heading, which I'm going to use on the front cover maybe. So let's just cut it out. So this is going to go on the front cover, so maybe incorporate it with the stenciling, maybe put it there, and then if I put out the title of her Facebook group, and then I'll know whose designs they are. Maybe something like that. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Or down there, in the middle, at the top, at the top. Alright, I'm going to ink these up. Well, I'm just debating whether to sit it on another piece of card. I think I might. I think I might. I think I should. Oh, mind you, I've got some. That might be an idea. Okay. In fact, oh, I've got all sorts going through my head now. Hang on, where's my rule? So I might as well do it in keeping with the actual pictures that I'm putting inside. Put that there. If I put that on there. Rip this out. Yeah, liking that. Ink this up. I'm going to keep that plain. I'm not going to ink that up. Just don't have to ink everything. And then I'm going to glue that. And these are some new stick glues that I've got. They're by Scotch. Yeah, so we'll see how they go. See how those work out. So I want some of that stenciling showing. And then I can rip off that bottom bit. Rip off the top bit. And stick this one on. Yeah, so sometimes when you wake up and you've got that va-va-voom sort of day, moment, you might as well grab it, seize it and do something with it. Because they don't come along very often. And so you need to seize the day. I wanted that one on. Actually, I'm quite liking this glue at the moment. It's not, you know, normally with these stick glues they go all clumpy when you're gluing on the back. Well, that's not doing this. So I'm quite liking that. And it doesn't matter if things curl over a bit, because now it's got a bit of authenticity of age to it. And then this one. And then, as I say, I might go and do a bit of the what I like to do, my faux stitching. So let's choose. I like this one. Isn't that beautiful? Now these are too big for my pages, but I'm going to cut it out the size that it is for now. And it's got these black dots bits at the top. I'm not bothered. This is for inspiration. This is so I can look through and go, oh yes, that was an idea that I wanted to follow up on. Okay, so when we open the book, as you can see, look, it's too big. So I could actually chop that down a little bit there. I want to keep this bit on because it's got the date on. So if I do that and chop that down there. Ooh, Izzy's logo's there. Oh, I wonder if, no. Thinking about keeping it on, but I can't. Okay. And then that can be glued in there. So we do one wide one. And one thinner one. So I might as well do them justice rather than just plonking them in. One bigger one, one thinner one. Sorry about that, someone came to the door. So I've inked up around Izzy's picture, and in fact I've just trimmed it down a little bit further to make it a little bit narrower. And this strip of paper I decided was too wide, but I can't use the ruler to pull it to rip it because it's too thin, so I'm having to do it by hand. And I've got two pieces, so I think that underneath, sorry, that on top, that one underneath, and I think it just adds to the overall image. I'm kind of thinking photo corners, but I don't know where mine are at the minute. Woohoo! Found them. So I just inked these up off camera so that I didn't wobble the camera. I think if I add those on, yes, like a lot. Okay, let's stick you down. This glue, so to remind, it looks like a tube of a Vaseline stick, you know, that you used to put on your lips. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so I'm going to put that down about there. I just want to rip across that top. I'll decide about the bottom in a moment. Put these photo corners on. Oh, fell off. Come back. Oh, that wasn't it. Okay. Oh, it's there on my finger. Look, I wondered where it had gone. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I'm starting to get a bit of a globby bit, but maybe I've got that up too high. And it's quite warm in here too today. And the heat always affects those glue sticks. I could have put the photo corners in place first and then stuck that down, but yeah, why make it an easy job? No, a hard, yeah, an easy job hard. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I mean though, don't you? Why make a job easy when you can make it hard? That's what I was trying to say. And then this piece just on top. And then I'll tear that off there. And there. There. Liking that. Then I've got this lovely inspiration of what Izzy did right there. So I'm going to carry on working my way through, and I'm going to do them all on this page just because it's easier, and I don't know how many I printed off, and then leave this page for now. So as you can see, she's created some really beautiful designs, and they're not difficult to do at all. All it takes is your inspiration, you know, just a little bit of forethought about what you want to create on your page and the colours you want to go with. I mean, even this one, look, so simple to do. 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper. Excuse me, that could even be a piece of washi tape, sticky flour, some words, done, dusted. Oh, and a background piece, sorry. She did the background piece as well. But just, I mean, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So these are going to be great for me for just little pieces of inspiration. Again, another really beautiful, simple one. 1, 2 bits of paper, scraps of paper, a circle that's been ripped out, maybe even a sticky label, and then a sticker of flowers on top of that. But how stunning is that? And this one again, look, 1, 2, 3 bits of paper and maybe a stamped image on top of that. Beautiful, Izzy, just beautiful. So I'm going to carry on sticking these in here, and I'll come back and give you a bit of an update when I've put a few more in, so that you can see what this looks like. So hang about for a little bit longer and I'll be back in a sec. I'm near enough finished the journal that I was making, and I just want to show you some of the pages, but I have had another thought and I've written some notes in here as well, so I'll go through that with you too. So this was the first page that you saw me decorate, and what I decided to do was write myself some little notes, because even though I'm a visual person, there are certain things that I just want to pick out and make a note about. So down here I've written, love the colour combinations on this one, very autumnal. And then on this next one I've written, what I love about this, it took just 3 pieces of paper and a stamped image to make this beautiful. The simple silhouette of the stamped flower would be lovely embossed. Things I love about this, so simple but just delightful to look at. The pop of lilac and the dark brown circle give it life. So as I say, I've just written little notes about what I love about each of these things, so that I can take them into consideration for my own creations of these. Now, the other thing that I thought of was on this side, I could actually see about recreating my own to have a little play. So not only would this be an inspiration journal, but it would also be a little practice journal as well. So if you're not overly confident, at least you've got a little safe space to have a little practice at creating these images yourself, and then you can go and create them in your journals because you've got more confidence in how you've made them. because you've already had a go at doing it. And if it doesn't work out, then, you know, you can write yourself a note as to why you feel it hasn't worked out and what you should do to make it better. So it becomes a little journal of information, of inspiration. Okay, so there's some more pages. What I love about this, the graph paper background ties everything together. The 3 very different florals work together even though they shouldn't. So you've got the 1, 2, 3 different florals there. I've got 3 pieces left to attach in. So this one I've just cut it out and stuck it onto some book page, and I'll carry on adding these in. This one I actually made into a pocket, and then I put a tag inside with the things that I love about this. Okay, so there's all sorts of different little combinations that you can do for yourself. So just to remind you, it was IzzyBee, bring it up close so you can see, IzzyBee Craft Creations, and on her YouTube video she's called these daily journaling episodes. You can put in the search bar for the daily journaling episode and it'll bring them all up for you so that you can go and have a look for yourself on how she went about creating these individual images. I'm quite pleased with how this turned out, and I will cover how I went about doing this in another video at another time, because there's another idea on the back of it that I want to share with you. So yeah, I hope that's given you some inspiration for this weekend on something, a little something that you can maybe think about having a little play with. Thanks ever so much for joining me again today, and thank you to Izzy for the lovely inspiration. See you all again really soon. Bye for now. Bye.